Right, hello everybody, let's do some Sherlock Holmes for a change. Because Fallout is pretty much the same grind every single day, which is mind-numbingly boring. So, let's continue. Because we're at Kew Gardens, we've got a Montague Don, apparently, that's been bunked off, I do believe, if I remember correctly. Or somebody has. And we've got to investigate the death of Montague Don or somebody. I think we've just come across the area where he died, although I don't think at the time it was being considered suspicious, as far as I know, as far as I can recall. Oh, busy chatting away, expecting it to load. Right, so, footprints. Let's have a look.
The traces are thinner in some places.
Okay. Is that it?
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Okay. Watson, do you mind? Okay.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Okay. Blood.
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
Okay. Nothing knocking about, is there? What else we got? Test tubes, what's this? A drain? Pipe work, that's a door that's going to take us elsewhere. So, let's have a check around the outside. Plants, funnily enough, with it being Kew Garden. So I've examined these from last time, not because they're green. So that's good. Yeah, got those. Then we've got the carnivorous plants, hadn't we? So, hose. We'll examine the tree.
These
What would that
trees,
say?
with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit in the case of the Awakened.
Okay, so tea. Let's have a look. So we've pretty much examined all in here, but look, there's yellow patches over here. What's that?
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Okay. Nothing up here. Nothing else other than the fragments. Not the wet patch. Okay. Oh, it's not. It's not gone green though. Why? Why has it not gone green?
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Okay. But there's nothing else. Nothing else to examine. Ah, okay.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
Okay. Right. Interesting. Okay, right, so we've got a broken pot here.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Ah, so that's green now. So we've got that. We've examined the mud, we've got the footprints. Door.
This
Handle.
door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Okay.
The door was smashed at shoulder height.
So somebody's gone thudding into it. Okay.
The ensconce
Broken lock.
was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Tab. Evidence. We have to search the archives. The list of exotic plants. Yeah, well, I collect a lot of these, so I know what they are, but for the benefit of the game, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? F. Okay. That went a bit funny. So I've got to use my imagination. So he's crashed the door. Staggered. Yeah, that kind of seems... that seems
This reconstruction
logical
reveals
to
a
me.
disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident? Or
Why
a
would he want to
murder,
come out though?
I wonder. I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Well, we've already sort of kind of established that, haven't we? Okay. Why is it still showing tab? It's because we still need to check the archives. I don't suppose we've got mobile archives here, have we? Right, so this is the Colonial Collection. Oh, that looks interesting, doesn't it?
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Yeah, they're the stinky ones as well. They're the ones that smell like rotting bodies and stuff. Why would you have them in an enclosed space like here where you're working? Man, that has got a hum, because apparently those hum really badly. Venus flytrap. Okay. That's a pretty one. Right, we've seen a
Very
patch.
strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
Okay. So, detergent.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Want to get a sample, really. Stone chip. That looks like a part of a pot.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Righty-ho.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Interesting, okay.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Anything there to check out? No. Okay, right. Mound Palace. Okay, Doom was trapped. Perform an autopsy on Montague Doone. Done. Death is suspicious. Why did he force the door of the colonial collection room? Why? Had someone cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or simple accident? I don't think it was an accident. To be fair. So I think we now have to go autopsy into the police, I think. Well, autopsy will be at the police. Interesting. Right, so I need to go and search the archives, list of exotic plants, and Scotland Yard. So Baker Street first. Let's get these plants investigated, because that was first on the thing. And I must remember to look out for the mouse thingy, because I was sat there waiting for it earlier, expecting it to just load. There we go. Right, so I need to search the archives, botanical. Ah! Watson! Caught you! Caught you, Watson.
Someone should take Toby for a walk. Have you found
Yes.
something interesting?
Not like you, mate, watching that woman across the street as well. Look at here, eh? I knew it was you all along. Who else could it be? Eh? Eh? Why don't you stop looking at her and go and take the dog for a walk? Eh? Eh? Anyway, right. On with task. Archives. Search rare plants, botany. Newspapers, no. Encyclopedias. Art and architecture. Economic, technology, history. Medicine. Botany. Exotic plants. Dioneer. Carnivorous. Yeah, I reckon those are the ones. Plants should react to a process of aggression against which it would issue deadly spores. Hang on. Dioneer. Okay. Only the first three can be dangerous to humans, particularly Florum diabolica. Certain conditions.
Here it is.
Spores. Okay. Spores. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. I'm assuming that's one made up for the thingy. Okay, right. Autopsy next. This is going to be fun. Yeah, Watson, dragged yourself away from the telescope, have we?
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Let's get the old scalpels out then, Watson. Let's go. These people are always here, all the way through. He's been here from the very beginning. See that sailor from the first one? He looks like it. Where are we? Evidence room. Is there anything in here? Just out of interest. Doone's belongings. Letter. Letter to Mr. Wayne. You were sure to mention all of the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. That's interesting. You could have a very basic motive, isn't it? He just wants his name on it and no one else. And that's the information on the plants, what we've just got.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make. This watch is of great value.
Club card for where?
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
What's the London Crest Club? What? Staff room. Morgue, here we go. Alright. Ooh. Don't like the wispiness bits coming. There's several other occupants in here as well. Right.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination.
Start at the head.
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
Yeah, okay.
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Okay, interesting.
There are no
Chest.
suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Okay, so arms.
Nothing suspicious here.
Okay.
No
They look-
redness, stings, or bruises.
They all look quite normal.
Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Internal organs now. Well, it is an autopsy, I suppose. Crack him open, Watson. Nice. Okay, which way round is this? Oh, that's the head. Okay, I always find it interesting that they cover the head up.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Oh,
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
technically not unknown because we do know that one of the plants that he had around him was that poisonous one.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
Okay.
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
Is it really that colour?
There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Okay.
Suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
Dun,
we should
dun,
inform
dun.
Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes,
Okay.
Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building? I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Funny. Wow, okay. So basically, we've got to trudge around Kew Gardens, I reckon. Ooh, Mine Palace. Killers may be those who stole the exotic plants. Not a lot cracking off though, is there, at the moment? Still got a lot of clues to find though. Right, I think we've got to get back to Kew Gardens. I'm going to say that's taking that long to load. It's even old Sherlock's looking a bit cheesed off. Okay. Where to start? I suppose an obvious spot is to talk to this chap here. Martin Hamish. What are these stains? To those stains on his jacket.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, a great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Interesting.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Interesting. Okay, right, so why is it still telling me?
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
Ah, okay, right. Shall we cover the outside out the way, Watson? Let's cover the outside first and then we'll head inside.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Okay.
Nursery. Seed house. Ventilation system. Colonial collection. Reserve. Palm house. Water lily greenhouse.
Okay.
Dry tropics.
Okay, so that seems to be everything there. I don't think we can get over there. No, I don't think I've got a jump option. Anything around here? Anything? No. Okay. I'm expecting somebody saying, "Oh, get off my plants." Okay. Can't get around there. Can't get around there. There's no yellow sort of highlighted markings to sort of say examine here. Anything here? Chairs and seats. Nothing's flashing, catching my eye. No, nothing's spilled down the drain. We won't go in any of the buildings just yet. I'm going to cover all around outside first.
Nursery.
Oh, okay. Did that one have a sign on? Did this one have a sign on? No. Okay. Right, so it looks like there's not a lot outside. Director's office. Okay, right, so which way should we go? Clockwise round?
Locked.
Ah.
Locked.
Okay. Keys.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
That's interesting. So we can't get in there.
Locked.
So they're both locked, and we know that guy's got the key. Right, so let's continue clockwise. Nursery.
Locked.
Ah,
Locked.
this is getting a bit annoying. So I assume that he won't have any further answers.
Just be careful with the plants during your
Okay,
inspection.
so that makes sense. Watson, shift. So let's continue clockwise. Ah. So we can get in that one. So what's this one here? But,
Can I help you, gentlemen?
ah. Certainly can. If you're the geezer with the keys, you need to let us have some. Please hold caller. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Nothing is saying examine me though. I'll be with you in a minute, mate. They open. Right.
Farmhouse.
Palm house. Let's talk to this. Why am I stuck? It's you getting in the way, isn't it, Watson? Albert Doone, that's the geezer. Let's get a portrait. Only 3 on this. Interesting. Red eyes. Shaving cut. He's very well dressed. Hands has got to be one. Clean hands. Yeah. Doesn't do a lot of hard work, this geezer.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me.
Where's that name
She
come
visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
No.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Okay.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Interesting.
Indeed. That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee.
Interesting.
If we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively.
Well, we have seen that letter from his father, Montague Dunn, on about don't put other people's names on the poster, only put mine. So that is kind of correct, what he's just said about the other guy on about his dad.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Okay. Can't make much more of a link there. Right. So, since we're over here, should we continue a check around here then? Might as well. Why has the music changed? Generally don't have the music on, to be fair. I don't really think there's a huge amount to see in here. Nothing's glowing at me and sort of saying investigate here. Not even these signs. Oh yeah, nothing in here. Although there is that trunking, that ventilation system, but we can't actually get to any of it around here, can we? It does seem to be going everywhere. Watson. God. He's right in my way and I can't get past him. You're taking the mick, Watson. I'm not impressed. Can I just not leave you somewhere and pick you up later? Ah. So where are we here? Oh. Okay.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Okay. Interesting.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Okay. And this is where we've been. I thought it was. And we've examined all those. Yeah.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. According to this, they have light and moisture.
It's the same thing for all of them, but I just want to tick them off.
Water lily greenhouse.
So I do apologise if that bit's all a little repetitive.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Dry tropics.
Dry tropics.
There's that ventilation thingy again. It's everywhere, isn't it? Wow, look at these cat's eyes. Options, audio, music. There we go. Hopefully that's changed the music a little bit to be a bit lower, and we can have some more ambient sounds and voices, which is much more specific. They've done very well with the pictures and animation and stuff though. It looks really nice. Thing is, I was hoping I go clockwise round, and this is kind of messed up what I was wanting to do. But there's nothing much to really... Ooh. I was about to say there's nothing much
Dry tropics.
to examine around here, which to be fair isn't, because that's just the sign. Fertilizer. That's the times. Find a use. Piece of sculpture. Okay. Interesting. So where are we? Messed up my
There is
system.
a smell of burning.
Well, your powers of observation, Holmes, do you credit?
A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Okay.
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned. A broom handle was half burned. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
Okay. Let's do this systematically to
The remains
make
of
sure.
a picture frame.
Right. That was green, that's green, that's green, that's green, that's green, that's green. Broken pot.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Okay. What's that then? Got to search the archives. Okay. Is that plant glowing, or is it just me? Is it just because the sunlight's on it? I think it's just because the sunlight's on it. Okay. Nothing. Nothing there. Okay. Oh,
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
stop wiring up the ladies. If it's not through the telescope, it's out here. It should be.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Why is this not like linked to the other one?
Nursery. Nursery.
Surely you would.
Seed house. Ventilation system. Colonial collection.
Why would you not have this linked to the other one? Because if you wanted to collect all the clues, you're
Reserve.
literally
Palm house.
going to have to do
Water lily greenhouse.
every
Dry
single one
tropics.
if you wanted to get a full like 100%. Okay. It's a lot.
A water tank. A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
And it's marked that as an object of interest. Okay, and I was going to say the obvious then. Interesting. Right, so it's got that as an object of interest. Seed house.
Seed house.
So that's where that Watson said that woman that he was checking out went. But we saw her walk past here. Don't destroy the place, Watson.
Director's office, cloakroom, and nursery. Seed house. Ventilation. Colonial. Reserve. Park. Water. Dry.
Okay. We've come to this from this direction earlier. Look. Because we was going to go clockwise round. Now then, should we go and do these and go back into some order? Because that lady isn't going to go anywhere. So, let's have a look. Stay out there, Watson, out my way.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
Yes. So is enlarged liver. Told us.
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Okay.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Kew Gardens team pronounced an expression new variety of barley. So Martin Hamish, proud cultivator. Okay. Is that it? Is that all? Hang on. James Margaret for our conversation. I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. It's probably not quite any longer needed my support. Okay. Okay, so none of those link together.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Okay. Is that it? Oh, a safe. Ah, what? Okay. What do we do to get in the safe? What am I missing? What have I missed? Okay. What have I missed? It's not giving me any. I'm not seeing any clues. Is it in one of my... That's that. Door. Stolen plants. Deadly plants. Letter to Mr. Wayne. Kew Garden success. And the breakup. There's nothing there that suggests a way of getting into the safe. Okay. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. How bleeding good am I? Oh, okay. My dear friend, disappointment, reading last letter. I'm paying you to defend me, not accuse me. Interesting. Species. Divine syndicate of human species have no right to hold such precious plants. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's an interesting one. That's that symbol that was on that pot. Okay. Oh, and that's that case. So do they contain some ashes?
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Okay. Credits over at Hamilton, Reading House. Okay, interesting. This one says recent disagreement. Okay. Interesting. Nothing's really linking up yet though. Okay. Oh man. Another search the archives. Member of the search archive. Member of Divine Syndicate pressed a complaint against Kew Guards mentioned. The old case had been published. Case of June 1898. Okay. Well, I'm dead impressed I did that save. Spotted the sequence. Nice and early. Crikey. Okay, let's go anti-clockwise. I don't usually like to go anti-clockwise, but...
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Rude, Watson. Some yellow stuff there.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study
Okay.
report by Martin Hamish.
Okay. Evidence required. So, I assume that might mean we probably need to get more cylinders.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that it? University book.
A botany book.
Cambridge.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
Okay. Interesting, interesting.
The employee's cloakroom. Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Lockpicking. Oh no! What? Right, oh crikey. Man. Well, that's not showing much, is it? Oh, crikey, crikey, crikey. Oh, I see. That's an interesting one. That looks a possibility, doesn't it? Hmm. Oh, you little beauty.
Open.
You not seen me do this, Watson?
Miss White's locker. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Reisler says with reluctance ask for your help. Housing costs. So basically, she got no money and she was asking for cash. And we've had our students pass. Would you be so hard? No, does fail in the studies. Okay. Diploma.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
Okay. Jewel box. What do we have?
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
So why, if you're that desperate, would you not be?
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Oh, Holmes, we're right nosy, aren't we? Margaret, we were surprised. How could you think to ask us some money after all these years of passing? She left without any thought of us. I suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we're not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest. People who don't, and none of us ever compromise as it appears you already have with your employer. Mr. Do, no, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Is that a no then? Interesting. So Albert offered to give her a load of cash.
Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Okay. Despite excellence, trying to express intention entrusted to the direction of the thing. Oh, so Montague basically put a stop to him going into the Navy. What's that? There we are, look.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Interesting. Was he one in this one?
Miss White's locker.
No, there wasn't. Okay.
Martin Hamish's locker. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Recent events. Renew my application management position. No one better suited. Okay. Apply. Pinocchio Gardner's line disorder. Has experienced people no motivation. Okay.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Okay. Father and I, Kew
Father
Gardens.
and I, Kew Gardens.
It wasn't a thingy, was he? No, it's not popped up. No. So we have a few extra dialogue options now as well.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Yes, well, we've had one burnt.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
I reckon, Watson. Oh, I can't get around the table. Some dodgy markings.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Okay.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Clumsy.
Several drops of the substance were spilled.
Okay.
Gold dust.
Gold
Good
dust.
heavens. What's it doing here?
Don't mind that.
Gold
Pop it
is
in your
almost
pocket.
immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby. Hey. I've got so many things racking up. Right, I've got a little bit of time. Nursery. There, lots of little plants. We'll come back to that when we've had a good nosy. None of these. A lot of books. Oh, lots of certificates. Oh, but it's not telling me to examine.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
This Martin Hamish guy is a proper
A glasses case.
dedicated plants guy.
It is empty.
Yeah,
This
well, they're on
area
his face.
serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Okay.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
Interesting.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
He's very dedicated, is it? Does that make him a killer? If he doesn't like, you know, what he sees happening to Kew Gardens, would that make him kill somebody? Hello. That's that piece that we've got missing, isn't it? It's going to go on there.
I am curious if the marble that we found will fit this. Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common. It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Okay. Don't understand the relevancy. Okay. Watson, you're going to get in my way again. Right, I'm going to go around this way.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Okay, so that's it, isn't it? Anything glowing saying you've missed something? No. And we're out. Okay. Just so that I don't get turned around. Keep on my clockwise way. Because we went in there. So this should be with all those wisteria plants. Yep. That's where we've just been in. We've been down there because that's where that ventilation, that water tank was. So let me just confirm it. Yep. And Watson's going to get in my way again. Keep going backwards. Beep, 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 beep. What? Why is it saying I've got to examine this? Have I missed
A
something?
map of Kew Gardens.
Okay. Object of interest. Okay. So, Seed House.
Seed House.
And this is
Open.
where that lady is. Right. Do I have a chat to her or do I walk around? Let's have a chat to her. She's the one that's got no money.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why,
Oh,
thank
Watson,
you, sir.
trying it on again.
And good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Let's do character portrait first. It might give us more interesting questions. Expensive perfume. She's supposed to be broke, isn't she, according to those letters? Mind you, what's his name had agreed to give us some money, hadn't he? Okay. What am I missing? It says I'm still missing one. Got you.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
How can you forget about your plants going missing?
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Okay.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Okay.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Okay.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Yeah, I reckon so. and we're nearly at an hour and a half. So I think this might be a good place to leave it, I reckon. There we go, so I'm going to leave it there, I think. We'll catch up again some other time, and I think I will leave it at that. I will catch you later.